out of the way because of these behaviors. Give me the 28th chapter of the book of Yeshayahu while I'm up here talking. This is an attempt. That's right, I'm collecting for him. I am Yahuwah's debt collector. Yeshayahu. Yeshayahu chapter 28, and give me about verse 8. Listen to the book.
For all tables are full of vomit and
Back me
filthy.
up about verse 6. Let's see what it says. Listen.
And for a spirit of judgment to him that sitteth in judgment.
Y'all hear that? For a spirit of judgment for him that sitteth where?
In judgment.
That sitteth in judgment. Listen.
And for strength to them that turn the battle to the gate.
Yes.
But they also have erred through wine, and through strong drink are out of the way.
Now, why in the world we going to sit around, we going to be drinkers of alcohol? Casual drinkers. When he sit around and let us know he going to be a spirit of judgment to those that sit in judgment. Now, how in the world we going to sit around, we going to be alcoholics? How are we going to be sitting around sipping and drinking on alcohol, gin and juice? I was listening to Brother Eric was telling us on last night about he was fixing on a vehicle on the other day, and some dude come out there, some drug dealer smoking weed, and told him, said, you know we the real Jews. This guy sitting here smoking weed, smoking blunts, talking about the real Jew, on the run from the police. People, that's how bad shape our people are. That's how we got some knowledge, you know what I'm saying? We got some information, but it's not according to knowledge. Because if you got that knowledge, you got to know how to possess your body, your vessel in sanctification and in honor. That's where we've erred at. We hadn't kept these bodies in sanctification and in honor. These are his temple. And we got to know how his temple got to be kept. Now, he said they also have erred through wine.
And through strong drink are out of the way.
What you going to do with a drunk? Who worry about an alcoholic? People don't even worry about a drunk. When you find they on the street, someone laid off in some cardboard or some bushes, over behind somewhere urinating, they say, you ain't even a threat. People don't look at alcoholic when they laid out drunk. You're not even a threat. That's how these people got us now. They done got us in the alcoholism, either through the drinking or through their religion. They ain't worried about a Christian. A black Christian ain't nothing. He can be tamed easy. All you got to do is shove Jesus down his throat. Give him the false Sunday worship, and that thing you know, he out of the way. Now, he said they also have erred through wine and through strong drink. They are out of the what?
Out of the way.
Tell them who you talking about, son.
The priest and the prophet.
That's bad. Your decision makers, your teachers, your visionaries. Or what happened? Tell them how they out of the way.
The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink.
What else happened?
They are swallowed up of wine.
They're overtaken with wine. Come on.
They are out of the way through strong drink.
What happened, son?
They err in vision.
And what else do they do?
They stumble in judgment.
So what they start stumbling at? They're going to stumble at the word. You're exactly right. At the 14th chapter of the book of Yeshayahu. Matter of fact, before you get there, give me Kaf, the book of Kaf. Kaf. See if that first epistle of Kaf, chapter 2. This is first epistle of Kaf, chapter 2. Give me about verse 5. Listen.
Ye also as lively stones.
Now ye also as lively stones.
So
what we'll look at for that? We'll look at Kaf. We'll look at the Kaf. Listen.
Are built up a spiritual house.
Now he said you built up a spiritual
house.
What are we going to look at for that, brother? The Beth. So now you got to look at that stone got to become alive. He said, now you also as lively stones, or we'll look at the rock. Now you got to start looking at lively. You can look at a regular rock, it'll lay there dead with no action. He said that you also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house. So now we got to start looking at our action. What does it take to overcome that rock to make it become spiritual? So we got to start looking at the word. Listen.
A Kodash priesthood.
A Kodash priesthood.
To offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to Elohim.
So we're going to still offer up bullocks, turtle doves, heifers, rivers of oil. We're going to still offer these up. He said we're going to offer up spiritual sacrifices. Let's see what the book of Ephesians say. Ephesians chapter 5. You hold what you got in First Cough, chapter 2. Where you at, verse 6?
Yes, sir.
Hold that for me. Ephesians chapter 5. 5 and about 15. Let's see what it says. Listen.
See then that ye walk
Make
circumspectly.
it 14.
Wherefore,
Listen.
wherefore he said, Awake thou that sleepest,
So when we're talking about awakened out that sleeper, what we going to look at? Dead. Talking to just the same equivalent. We're talking to a sinner. A sinner man, a sinner woman is dead. The Apostle Shaul said the woman that liveth in pleasure is
dead while she liveth.
dead while you live. You got life in your body. You can fog a mirror. You got a heart rate or a pulse rate, all the different things. He said you dead while you living. Now he said awake thou that sleepeth and arise.
From the dead
And the Mashiach,
shall give thee light,
see then,
that ye walk circumspectly,
got to be a restriction in your walk. Walk upright. See then that you walk circumspect. Not as who,
fools,
but who?
as wise,
Redeeming the what?
time,
Tell them why.
because the days are evil.
Yes.
Wherefore be ye not unwise,
But what?
understanding what the will of Yahweh is,
So if we're going to get some understanding, what we're going to need?
the word.
We're going to need alignment. You're going to have alignment, people. We're going to get understanding. Then we're going to have to get alignment. Come on back to 1 Peter. I'm sorry, 1 Cough. For those that don't know, it'll be Peter for them. Or Petro. If you want some gas, go to the Petro. If you want to know how the house of Yahuwah is established, then you need to come see Cough. Listen.
To offer up spiritual sacrifices.
This is 1 Cough, chapter 2 and verse 6. The offer of spiritual sacrifices.
Acceptable to Elohim.
Acceptable to Elohim. Come on.
By Yahushua HaMashiach.
Yes.
Wherefore also it is contained in the scripture, Behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone.
Look what we're going to lay in Zion. A chief.
Cornerstone.
What are we going to look at for that, brother? The Rosh. I told you I'm going to lay a chief cornerstone. That's the Rosh. The Rosh is going to give you the chief. Huh? Y'all all right? In other words, you're going to find under your Rosh. Pick me, hold you got. Give me the book of Abarim. That's right. Abarim. Abarim chapter 2. Abarim chapter 2. Give me about verse 7. We'll read down. Make it about verse 9. Listen.
But we see Yahusha, who was made a little lower than the Malachi,
Y'all hear this? He was made a little lower than the Malachim
for the suffering of death,
for the suffering, to be able to be a partaker of death. Listen.
crowned with glory and honor,
Crowned with glory and honor.
that he, by the grace of Yahuwah, should taste death for every man.
Listen.
For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things.
Y'all hear this? So, for it became him by whom are all things. And what else, son?
For it became him for whom are all things,
For whom are all things.
and by whom are all things,
And by whom are all things.
and bringing many sons unto glory,
You see, they're bringing many sons into glory. Listen.
to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings.
That's going to be in your Rosh. So you got another definition for your Rosh. Captain. Now, as he the chief, you're going to look at the captain of your salvation. That's going to be in your Rosh. Come on back over to 1 Cough, chapter 2. Oh, yeah, verse 8, verse 7,
6.
verse 6.
Still at 6.
Listen.
Behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone,
Behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone,
elect, precious. And he that believeth on him shall not be confounded.
Y'all hear this? He that believeth in him shall not be put to shame. So now you got to ask yourself, why is it that you're ashamed of the word? Why is it? Because you don't believe. You don't believe. He said, whosoever believes in him shall not be put to shame. He won't make a fool out of you. But we got some doubt and disbelief because of people. Because we start to fear the multitude or start to fear the other people around us, whether on our job or our family members, or losing connection or losing position with people. But he said, whosoever believe on him shall not be put to shame. Come on.
Unto you, therefore, which believe he is precious.
Y'all hear this? Unto you that believe he is who?
Precious.
He's going to be precious to us. Come on.
But unto them which be disobedient,
That's all your problem is. But unto them that be disobedient. Tell me what happened, Brandon.
the stone which the builders disallowed,
What happened, son?
the same is made the head of the corner.
Y'all see that? Guess what? Another your definition going to come in the rush. The head. The rush also going to be the captain. It's going to be the head. It's going to be the first. Y'all got it? The rush. See, the you that believe, he's precious. Come on.
And a stone of stumbling,
That's where the problem comes. He's going to be a stone of stumbling
and a rock of offense,
and a rock of offense. Come on.
even to them which stumble at the word.
That's what your problem is. That's why it offends you. Because you got other issues. At the book of Yahukanan, 660. Yukanan, chapter 6 at verse 60. Make it verse 57. 6 and 57. Listen to the book.
As the living Father hath sent me, and I live by the Father, so he that eateth me, even he shall live by me.
Listen.
This is that bread which came down from Shamayim,
Yes.
not as your fathers did eat manna,
And what happened?
and are dead.
They ate what? And are dead. Come on.
He that eateth of this bread shall live forever.
Well, when we kind of look at what we were taught by the scriptures that it was called manna because they didn't know what it was. Amazing, same thing happened with him. They didn't know who he was either. So it made sense that everything you saw in your law, he came along and he showed you how it emulated him. When he came down, you know who he was. Isn't that right? In the book of Yukanan, chapter 1, it told you that he was in the world and the word was made by him. And what happened to him? Manna. The world knew what? They didn't know what. Y'all got it? So when he started talking about us coming down and we ingesting him, it was the same thing when we ate the manna. We didn't know what we were doing at the same period. So now we come along, when he came along, it only made sense that we didn't know who he was. Just like it came down the same way he telling us, that's how he came down. But we missed a lot of it. Come on.
These things said he in the synagogue,
These things said he in the synagogue,
as he taught in Capernaum.
as he taught in Capernaum.
Many therefore of his disciples, when they had heard this,
What happened, son?
said, this is an hard saying,
Who can do what?
hear it.
Who can hear it? What happened?
When Yahusha knew in himself that his disciples murmured at it,
What could he have possibly told them?
does this offend you?
So when he told them to disoffend you, what was he telling us?
Rock.
He just told you he was the rock. He was just telling y'all he was the cuff. He was the stone. Because they were disobedient, they wound up stumbling. He just told you they was offended at the stone. So when he said he told them, he just asked them, does this also offend you? They should have picked up. He was telling you, I'm the rock. I'm the rock that was laid here. When he told you, I lay in Zion, you should have looked for this word. What is this word, Zach? Well, he's sleeping. Where class at? The brother, what is it? No, I want them to tell him. What is it? What did he tell y'all it was? The samak. It's the stomach. This is the stomach. When he just told you I lay in Zion, he told you this is the stomach. That's what he was telling you, I lay in Zion. The stomach. Stomach. Where'd you get a T from? Stomach. This is the stomach. He just told you he lay in Zion. One of your definition for stomach is going to be lay. He just told you I lay in Zion or what? What did he tell you he lay in Zion?
Chief Cornerstone.
A rosh cuff. I lay in Zion a Rosh Kaf. Y'all all right? He told her, whosoever believeth in him shall not be put to shame. But we start finding out where the shame come in. Come back again to 1 Kaf, chapter 2. 1 Kaf, chapter 2. What verse we left out? Verse 9?
Verse 8.
Verse 8. Let them get it. 1 Kaf, chapter 2, verse 8. Again, y'all come in, y'all go to sleep if y'all want to. It's your soul. At this point, this is where you look at where you're working from. Right now, you're working from hell. Now look at where you're at. And you're working from hell. What you got to do? Huh? Get out. You ain't going to get out, sleep. Sleeping is why you're there. Not paying attention is why you're there. We just talked about if you're going to get a different result, then you got to change what you're doing, folks. Now, we just come up. Now, we had an opportunity to take part in the Kafa, Yom Kafa, which let us know this was the day of what we call to atone. The atonement has already been given to us. And that's up to you what you're going to do with it. You're doing the same practice, and that's why you're not getting different results. I keep coming here and I'm asleep. I keep coming here and I'm daydreaming. I keep coming and I'm praying. You're not going to obtain no spirit. You got to do something different. Typically, I walk on in, let them play, come in, click, talk to y'all a little bit. But I'm looking at the needs of the people. The needs of the people is you got to obtain the spirit. As he said, I bear you record, you got a zeal, just ain't according to knowledge. Because apparently y'all have shown y'all being ignorant of his right. At some point, you can't use ignorant. Some of you got to use stupid. Some stuff is stupid. Ignorant means you just don't know. That's not even the count of the way of y'all synagogue. You've just been stupid. You've gone about to establish your own righteousness. And in doing that, is no way for you to submit yourself to the righteousness of Yahuwah. Now, we're trying to come back and trying to repair the breaches. Not come y'all. That's what he want to do. He want to repair the breaches. He tried to put the wall. Your wall is down. When you ain't got no wall, don't you know the city is vulnerable? That's why you've been overtaken. Because you have no protection. You have no wall. You have no defense. So now you've been overtaken. The Bible said, by whom a man is overcome, the same overtaken, the same he overcome of. I can't overtake you, you haven't been overcome. Sin has overcome you. You have no healing medicine. You have nothing. All you do is set yourself up that this man gonna wound you like an adversary. Simply because you sat here and you guys have played. You guys have found it casual to sit around. He said, these are they that find it pleasure to ride in the daytime. Y'all have sat here and the light been shown. You've been hearing the word. He said they take pleasure in riding. You had the light and you played in the light. That's contrary. No, let me tell you something. I might be the meanest man y'all ever seen in your life, but I'll be one of the few that'll tell you the truth. I can sit here and take your money. My check cleared for this month. Okay, so everybody have no mistake. My check is clear, so I've been paid. Y'all got me? My bills have been paid for this month. So you going to hell shouldn't have to really have a big bearing on me for this month, right? Because it ain't about the money. It's about you and what you put out to do. You put out that you wanted to change the way you operate. You put out and you made a cry and a plea that you wanted to be saved. That you want to do whatever it took to avoid eternal damnation. Now, since he's answered, he's brought you, you set him, and you lay dormant. You sat here and you let sin lay dormant. Anything lay dormant, it's going to rise up again. There's been people that had the flu before. They took some medication, had an ill, and they took the medication. They felt like they were good. They stopped taking the medication. It'll tell you to complete all medication. There's a lot of us. I got medication, I didn't even take all of it. Because I felt like I was good enough that I'm doing well. It don't make sense. Save it for another time. And what'll happen sometime, it'll lay back and keep bedding, and it'll come back again. That's that. You know what? I done got sick again. They asked, did you take all the medication? I was feeling better. That's the same thing with the word. You took enough to feel like you were better, and you're not better. And it's true. That's why you can go back and commit sin. That's why you can lust, you can fornicate, you can commit adultery, you can lie, you can cuss, you can cheat, because you hadn't taken all the medication. Then they want to ask me, why I ain't got the Spirit? I ain't ordained to be saved. Nobody ordained to be saved that don't complete the medication. Nobody, it's just not possible. When y'all set yourselves up saying, it look like to me, I'm just saying I can't be saved. You know why, right? Because you hadn't completed. Just like yes, y'all, because they have not all obeyed. You're not going to find nobody that has obeyed and taken all the medication that was not saved. That's retarded. That's retarded. It's a proven fact that the word will not fail. People that quit, that go off, because they ain't got no mind to be saved. I had that mind. I had that mind that was down. But I thank the Most High he kept me. I thank the Most High he kept me. I didn't have the support y'all guys have. Somebody really take time to stop everything. For me, you'll stop everything that's going on to make sure. I understand. You'll stop everything. You telling me building, acquiring property, going on field trip, building family life centers, not more important than me? I ain't never heard that. Agendas don't change for you. How many of y'all know that for a fact? People don't change no agenda for you. When a program set, whether you get it or not, that's it. Right. I got school. You got a curriculum to teach. If one student don't get it, do you shut down the whole curriculum? You just didn't get it. You just don't get it. I can't hope that class. Listen, there's a measure that we got to reach each semester. We got to, whether you get it or not, I got to get him. People ain't got time to waste on you. People got agendas. When them agendas set, nothing don't stop for you. That's why we got to look at the only man that's ever cared for us has been him. And then what we do, we come and go to sleep on it. You love him, you had enough time to go to sleep. You can sleep at 12 o'clock. I can't imagine how you could be asleep already. I couldn't imagine it. Maybe it's just stupid me. But then you'll be the same people later. Oh, I'm thinking about, I probably need to go. I don't think I'm be saved. It ain't for me. Because you done counted yourself unworthy. You hadn't even given yourself a fair chance. You trying to be saved with stuff that you've been told you got to get rid of. I'll read chapter 12 at verse 1. That's right, family reunion. This is our book. I got people here go on book, they going to Kindle read whole books. Whole books, go on Kindle. They go to libraries and pick up books and check them out and get them, read them, and return them back. Before it's time to return the book, they done read it. They're checking out 2 and 3 books, read them and return them back on time. How you hadn't gone through this and got the plan of salvation yet? I have people out here read whole newspapers. Can go through read a whole sales paper. I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine getting no paper, throwing my eyes out trying to read it. I've never been fascinated with the newspaper. The only reason I ever had the newspaper, if some water got on the floor, you lay it down. If you want to wrap glasses, you were moving. That's the only thing I ever seen a need for newspaper. Or if they got some coupons, I can get some off somewhere I want to go. I've never seen another benefit of the newspaper. Benefit is right here. Only book that been written before time that can tell you about your time. Only book written before time that can tell you about your time. Only book when it was written that condemned the people before come along and condemn and correct you too. Everything that they got and they learned about him came from his word. Now you come along, the same opportunity been granted to you. They ain't got nothing different. It's the same word. But you got to use application. You got to make changes. This is when you come. This is your chance to assess yourself. Why am I still in the state that I'm in? What sacrifices am I making? When he told you in the book of Romans chapter 12, I beseech you, asking, pleading with you, brother, that you present your bodies a living kodash, which is your reasonable. It's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. And you can't be ye conformed to this world, but you got to be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you can prove what is that. Gamal means to do good. Let me ask you a question. How you going to do good without alignment?
That's right.
Don't even put your mind here on think about doing good. That makes no, to treat a person good or ill, that's going to be the Gamal. Now, in order for you to even think about this, you're going to need a teacher. You're going to need a teacher. You're going to need an expert. Y'all got me? That's the only way you're going to get understanding. Otherwise, you're going to you here do good, but you hadn't done it. Then I got to teach you. You've got to be instructed. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. At the end of the day, I want you to take a value and assessment of yourself. You are the most important thing of the Way of Yah synagogue. The Way of Yah synagogue is a name. When we establish it and call the synagogue a place where the Yahudim meets, when we call it by his name, he's looking for his behavior, his word, his way to be taught to the people. Y'all hear me? That's what he's looking for. Because he's looking to get them a people out of the midst. We were people that were tangled and mangled in with other people. Y'all know that? We were sewn into the fibers of these people in Christianity. He's come along and loosed the fibers and brought us out. And so I'm going to make me a people and get me a people out of the midst of a people. He's taking them from out of those people to make himself a people. And in making him a people, he's going to do it by his word. He's not going to do it by any other way but by his word. So change has got to come. Y'all got that? Reassessment's got to be made. At the end of the day, it's for what? So your soul can be saved. When I say your soul, I'm talking about my soul. Y'all hear me? Amen. Most important thing in here is you. Everyone, don't ever count yourself as insignificant. Don't ever count yourself as nothing. Now when you look at he playing somebody that was something, playing something for somebody like you. It was ordained that you should be him. It was ordained that you should hear this word. It was ordained that you should bring forth fruit, and your fruit should remain. It's been ordained for you to do it. Now, what you do with what you hear is totally up to you. It's totally up to you. But you didn't happen to him by chance. It wasn't by accident. Nothing happened by accident. Everything he did was calculated. Let's just look at a couple of things he did. Give me that Yukonon, chapter 6 and 44. Let's just look at a couple of things. Yukonon 6:44. Listen.
No man can come to me.
No man can come to me.
Except the Father which hath sent me draw him.
What happens, son?
And I will raise him up at the last day.
And I will raise him up at the last day. Come on, son.
It is written in the prophets.
It's written in the prophets.
And they shall be all taught of Elohim.
Yes.
Every man therefore that hath heard
and have learned
of the Father.
What do they do?
Cometh unto me.
Cometh unto me. See if that's Matthew, chapter 11, verse 28. Matthew, chapter 11, verse 28. Matter of fact, give me 25. Let's listen to his prayer. Matthew, chapter 11, verse 25. Listen.
At that time, Yahusha answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Elohim of Shamayim and Aritz.
What happens, son?
Because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent.
And what did he do?
And hast revealed them unto babes.
Look at that. Here he was saying, change it. I don't want it that way. I want everybody to get it. I want everybody to see it. That's not what he said, was it? He done committed all judgment into the hands of the Son. The Son was sitting here giving thanks to him. Said, I thank you. I thank you that you rule over the Shamayim and over the Aritz. And because you have hid these things from the wise and prudent and have revealed them unto babes. Even so,
Father,
as it seemed good,
for so it seemed good in thy sight.
it had to seem good in your sight. Then what happens?
All things are delivered unto me of my Father.
Who knew that? It seemed good in his sight that he should give it to the second Adam, as he did with the first. He said, all things been delivered unto me. What happened, son?
And no man knoweth the Son,
But who?
the Father.
Nobody even know who he was, but the Father. And what else happened?
Neither knoweth any man the Father,
But the who?
save the Son.
And what else happened, son?
And he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him.
Let me tell y'all something. We never knew that Adam was the son of God until he let it be recorded by the hands of Luke. You could tell a lie if you want to. You didn't know he was no son of God. You just knew he was God's creation.
Yeah.
But when we went through and he gave you Yahuwah's, when he gave you Yahusha's genealogy in the 3rd chapter of the book of Luke, that's when he let you know who Adam was. He told you that Adam was the son of God. And guess what happened? You didn't know that. You never knew that. You just thought that God was his maker. You had no idea God was his father. God had created and took the man from the dust, but he breathed into his nostril, which was the spirit. He became a living soul. Huh? That's equivalent to your semen. That you go in and you fertilize an egg and you start the transformation for creation. He breathed, he gave him the direct seed from himself and made him the Son of God. Y'all hear me? He had God's spirit. Now how you become the sons of God? You got to be overtaken by the spirit. But the truth be told, we've been rebellious. We've been fighting against it. We've been resistant. When we talked about before having antibodies to fight diseases, you got antibodies against the word. That's what he started looking at, even though they stumble at the word. He had laid a chief cornerstone, a major part of what you need in order for you to build up a Kodash temple, and you fought against it. You've rejected it. Huh? That's dangerous for us. Then you got to ask yourself why? Because of our own agendas. Our own agendas. When we talked about the book of Iyar, when he said he speaketh once, yea, twice, but man, in a dream, in the vision of night, when deep sleep falls upon men. Then he opened his ear that he might seal his instruction, that he might hide pride far from man. Trying to get you away from your agenda. Trying to get you far from your agenda. We missed it, though. As we do everything else, we missed it. How many times can you keep missing stuff? How many times can you keep going and you be non-compliant? How long you think this is going to work? How long you think he's going to keep holding up his agenda? When he's trying to get him a people ready, the man getting ready to come back, you done heard, it's going to be a short work. He's not doing another 430 years. Y'all got me? He's not doing another 40 years in no wilderness. He's not finna do another 70 years in no Babylon for you. The man done told, I'm finna do a short work. Now, if you're going to sit and you're going to believe in that, you're not going to be put to shame. But if you're going to sit here and be stupid like these other people, they waiting for him to come back and build a 3rd temple over here. I don't know why. When that man come back, he's going to establish his temple.
That's right.
That man going to set his kingdom up when he come back here.
That's right.
He's not letting these people build him nothing. He already told you the Shamayims are my throne and the Aritz is my footstool. What house you going to build? And he waiting on them to build a 3rd temple. He done told you, I'm looking to this man. I'm looking to this man that's going to build my best, my house, my temple. Why you think he waiting on these people to build a 3rd temple? That makes no sense. That's our concept. We waiting on them to genetically modify a red heifer. We already got it. We already got it. He already came. They already put the scarlet cloth on him already. He already fulfilled his part. He already came bearing the same as with Esau, the red face, and with Adam. When they marred his beard, not clipped it, but they pulled. He told you what they did. They started plucking off my beard. Which made him the son of who? Daoud. Daoud was ready. All these things we started to come back and look at, we missed. We missed it. Now we sit around looking for another one. It's not another. That's what Shaul tried to tell us. I marvel that you so soon remove from him that call you into the grace of the Mashiach unto another gospel, which is not another. But there be some that trouble you and would pervert the gospel of the Mashiach. But though we or Malachi from Shamayim preach any other gospel unto you than that which we preach, that'll be a curse. Y'all hadn't done that. Y'all hadn't done that. Y'all giving in. Y'all giving in. Nobody hadn't even preached it. You just received it on your own. That you sat and you played and you've done what you want to do. And you think you've done it and there's not going to be any type of recompense? There's got to be a recompense. At the second chapter of the book of Hebrews, Abarim, 2 and 1, everybody. There's got to be a recompense. Other brother, you get me the book of Shemut. Shemut 33 and 1. Shemut 33 and 1. Abarim 2 and 1. Listen.
Therefore, we ought to give the more earnest heed
to the things
which we have heard,
lest at any time
we should let them slip.
I love this. Therefore, we ought to give a more earnest heed to the things which we heard, lest at any time we should let them slip. For if the word
spoken by Malachi was steadfast,
and if every
transgression
and
disobedience
precede
a just recompense of reward,
how
shall we escape
if we neglect
so great salvation?
How are we going to escape? So when we've been told concerning sins, concerning transgression, concerning faults, concerning disobedience, we've been told the recompense of these things. Now you got to ask yourself, how are we going to get away? How are we going to get away? Because in order to do it, you know what you had to do, right? Who knows what you had to do? What's another word we're looking for, he said? What's another word he told us? Huh? Let's use neglect. Do you know they take your kids for neglect? They sit around and look at certain things a parent does to a child. They said this is nothing but pure neglect. And we're going to take your kids from you or arrest you. He said, we're going to say here, not only that you let it slip, all of you hadn't let it slip. This was just pure neglect. This was just neglect. They want to know, how are we going to escape if we don't neglect so great salvation, which at the first began to be spoken to us by Yahusha and was confirmed unto us by them that heard him. Yahuwah also bearing them witness, both with signs and wonders and divers miracles and gifts of the Ruach HaKodesh, according he has ordained that people that shall obtain and should receive the Ruach HaKodesh should be those that believe on him as the scripture hath said. This is why you don't have it. Because you stumbled. He put him here, and you set him, and you missed it. You've missed the cuff. You missed it. He laid it. He said, I'm laying it right here in Zion. Zion was the city of David, Dawood. The city where Dawood dwelt. That's what we look for. Huh? We missed it. So I laid it right here. Y'all all right? Man, y'all ought to see y'all faces. These jokers look so sleepy, pathetic. But it makes sense. It does. It makes sense. It makes sense. This man is pouring out the spirit of deep sleep on y'all. I ain't sleeping. I'm looking at the work got to be done. I got to push past it. At the end of the day, I'm looking at this. I want a different result. What I need to do. I have a problem, Leon. Every time I take tests, I fail them. And I fail them because I don't study. What do I need to do in order to pass the next test? Probably going to be the study. If I've been failing because I hadn't been studying, I'm probably going to need to start studying. It's a good chance that's going to be my problem. Now, if you've been failing in here, let's see what you've been doing. You come to class, you've been asleep. You come to class, you've been daydreaming. You've been playing with your kids. You've been talking to other folk beside you. You've been doing everything other than you need to focus. And then you got to remember at the end of the day what you're trying to achieve. I'm trying to obtain the Spirit, but my works hadn't said that. My works have not said that, nor have I applied what I received while I've been conscious. Because now when you go out of here, there's got to be a demonstration. This is where you go out here and you got to demonstrate what you've heard. The reason we got to go back over all this stuff, we got to look at it. It's kind of like a physical. When you come in and you say there's a certain illness or ailment that's affecting you. Typically what doctors will do, they're going to check a lot of different things. You can come in, you got some problems with something, just say you got a pain kind of right here's a pain. What I'm going to need to do, come on, Leon, let me see you for a second. You got where the pain at, Leon? Right here, okay, check your eyes. Follow. Okay, let me look in your ears. Okay, open your mouth. Because I need to check everything. Because what's going on here might be something from him. No, don't mess with none of that. Just deal with right here. I'm going to check this, but I just need to get a bearing so I know what I need to count out. The ears are good. His sight seems to be well. Y'all said, I don't see any lunges or anything in his throat. I just need to check everything at this point. And that's what I'm looking at with you guys. We got so many different ailments in here. We just got to check everything. And you guys still coming here and your pattern hadn't changed. Your pattern hadn't changed. How y'all come right in here? How many times have I said this? Wednesday night, I said, which is Rabbi E. You missed that too. They gonna be a little tired coming from work. I say, even on Shabbat E night, I said, I know they come from work. I said, but the Shabbat day, you get out of here, you go home, you go to sleep. You stay asleep to 11 to 12, you come in here. These jokers, service started at 1:30. I made sure I got in here, make sure I start them on time. I ain't do no flow talk for them and did come on in and get them started. Listen, it's 2:30 on the dot. These jokers' eyes were closing at 2 o'clock, 2:10, 1:50. You telling me you trying to be saved, you ought to go to hell. There's no way I set myself to go somewhere and I know it started at 1:30 and at 10 to 2, I'm already asleep. And I'm trying to get what now? That's dangerous. And then now, my own confession was, I've gone contrary. He went contrary to me. I'm still contrary. How am I looking to get back in the graces? Do y'all not see the danger of this stuff? What else can the man do for you? He gave you the atonement. He gave you a teacher. He gives you somebody to take time out and say, listen, we can just run through, look at a whole bunch of other stuff, and you can learn it. It ain't going to help you to get where you need to get because you ain't obeyed nothing. He made me get these people to obedience. This makes no sense until these people start obeying. They need to get to compliance, and they still go to sleep. How many times y'all think he's going to keep doing this? How many times y'all think he's going to keep doing this? It's scary. It's scary. You know what they tell me? Everybody that go to hell want to go to hell. Everybody that's going, I was talking to a friend of mine, Richard from California. He asked me about the people that's been baptized in Jesus' name. He said, people like us that learn and they made it, they baptized in the name of Yeshua. He said, Pastor Smith, a lot of them people dead. Will there be any grace for them? I told him, not at all. There are no graces for error. There are no graces for error. Y'all hear me? We've had that period and that time point. Now you're walking into knowledge, information. You can't transgress the information. Let's see something right quick. Acts chapter 17, verse 26. That's what's happening. But you know what? This makes sense, though. Because I told y'all there's got to be a falling away. It's got to be a fall. I don't blame some of y'all. I don't know. Why y'all just didn't, I pulled your card. Why y'all didn't go on the strip and you had your mind set on, I want to be saved. Do you want people keep saying, I done did it. You couldn't have. There's no way to do what he said and still come up in complete catastrophe. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You've done what he told you. Shumuel. First Shumuel. Shumuel 15. Chapter 15. Shumuel. First Shumuel chapter 15. Let's see 15 and 1 right quick. What I told you to hold for me?
Acts 17.
17:26. Hold that for me. Listen.
Shamuel also said unto Shaul, Yahweh sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people.
He done sent me to anoint you to become Malak over his people. What happened, son?
Over Yasharal.
Over Yasharal.
Now therefore hearken unto the voice of the words of Yahuwah.
Now he done told him, you make sure you hearken. I need you to listen to the who?
The words of Yahuwah.
To the words of Yahuwah. Come on.
Thus saith Yahuwah of hosts.
Thus saith the Yahuwah of hosts. Come on.
I remember that which Amalek did to Yasharal.
Yes.
How he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt.
Yes.
Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have.
Yes.
And spare them not.
Yes.
But slay both man and woman,
Who else, son?
infant and suckling,
Yes.
ox and sheep,
Yes.
camel and ass.
Yes.
And Shaul gathered the people together and numbered them in Telaim,
Yes.
200,000 footmen,
Yes.
and 10,000 men of Yehuda.
Yes.
And Shaul came to a city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley.
Yes.
And Shaul said unto the Kenites, Go, depart, get you down from among the Amalekites,
Yes.
lest I destroy you with them.
Mm-hmm.
For ye shewed kindness to all the children of Yasharal when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites departed from among the Amalekites.
Mm-hmm.
And Shaul smote the Amalekites from Havilah until thou comest to Shur, that is over against Egypt.
Yes.
And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive,
Yes.
and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword.
Yes.
But Shaul and the people spared Agag.
What did they do again?
But Shaul and the people spared Agag,
Yes.
and the best of the sheep,
And the best of the sheep.
and of the oxen, and of the fatlings, and the lambs, and all that was good,
Mm-hmm.
and would not utterly destroy them.
Yes.
But everything that was vile and refused,
Everything that was vile and refused,
that they destroyed utterly.
that's what they made sure they got rid of and destroyed. What happened, son?
Then came the word of Yahuwah unto Shamuel, saying,
Yeah.
It repenteth me that I have set up Shaul to be Malak.
You got to think about that. I sure hate the day I ever made this man rule over my people. All I gave was some simple instruction. What did he do? He goes up here and he plays the nigga. Some that just total refuge. Some you already know. Ain't nothing you can do with that anyway. I'm going to tear this up. Tear up all the trash. Trash? Ain't nothing you can do with that anyway. I told you when you went up, I want you to utterly destroy the people. Young and old. Infant and suckling. Huh? I want you to utterly destroy everything among them. But you and the people, when y'all went up, listen to the book.
For he has turned back from following me.
See that? Now, you got to think about yourself. I done told you not to lust, fornicate, commit adultery. Told you not to cuss, steal. I done told you not to do all this stuff. But you have just totally turned from following me. Repent me, I even let you hear this word. Listen.
And hath not performed my commandments.
Because you have not conformed my command. What word we're looking for him? The paw. Which is going to take us him. The olive. The first shepherd done commanded and you didn't do it. Come on.
And it grieved Shamuel, and he cried unto Yahuwah all night.
Mm-hmm.
And when Shamuel rose early to meet Shaul in the morning, it was told Shamuel, saying, Shaul came to Carmel, and behold, he set him up a place, and is gone about, and passed on, and gone down to Gilgal.
Yeah.
And Shamuel came to Shaul, and Shaul said unto him, Blessed be thou of Yahuwah. I have performed the commandment of Yahuwah.
Yeah.
And Shamuel said, What meaneth then this bleating of the sheep in mine ears,
What mean all this crying of the sheep in my ears? Come on.
and the lowing of the oxen which I hear?
Yeah.
And Shaul said, They have brought them from the Amalekites.
Yeah.
For the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen,
Yeah.
to sacrifice unto Yahuwah thy Elohim, and the rest we have utterly destroyed.
Yeah.
Then Shamuel said unto Shaul, Stay, and I will tell thee what Yahuwah hath said to me this night.
Why Yahuwah didn't just come and talk to him? That's not the agreement we got. That's not the agreement we made. He set a man over the congregation. He set a man to speak to us. And the man had to go back and inquire and let him come back and tell you, let me tell you what he said. Y'all won't do that. I tell y'all something. You ain't going to listen. Come on, son.
And he said unto him, Say on. And Shamuel said, When thou wast little in thine own sight,
What happened, son?
wast thou not made the head of the tribes of Yasharal?
Yes.
And Yahuwah anointed thee Malak over Yasharal.
Yes.
And Yahuwah sent thee on a journey and said, Go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they be consumed.
Yes.
Wherefore then didst thou not obey the voice of Yahuwah,
Yeah.
but didst fly upon the spoil, and didst evil in the sight of Yahuwah?
Yeah.
And Shaul said unto Shamuel, Yea, I have obeyed the voice of Yahuwah.
I have done what?
I have obeyed the voice of Yahuwah.
That's what y'all count, because y'all can't hear on Shabbat. Because y'all going to show up on Sukkah. Y'all going to say you done obeyed. That's what he said. He said he obeyed. But we clearly read, did he obey? What happened, son?
And have gone the way which Yahuwah hath sent me,
Come on.
and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites.
Uh-huh.
But the people took of the spoil, sheep and oxen, the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed.
The rush of the things that should have been utterly destroyed. What happened, son?
To sacrifice unto Yahuwah thy Elohim in Gilgal.
You going to go and try to sacrifice to him with your disobedience? You done disobey and you're going to bring your disobedience, you're going to sacrifice it to him. Interesting. He said, that's what you're going to do? I told you to go do something. You did opposite what I told you. Now you're going to bring and you're going to still try to give me a sacrifice. Then you saying I'm like you. You saying I'm just like you. Listen.
And Shamuel said, Hath Yahuwah as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of Yahuwah?
That's what he's looking at. You want to obey? You want to obey? Listen why.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
Had that been obedient, there wouldn't have been a sacrifice. And
To hearken than the fat of rams.
tell me what the equivalent is, son.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
Oh, now you warlocks and witches. If y'all been disobeying, you've been nothing but a warlock and a witch. Hadn't looked at it that way. See, you had never gave up your tarot cards, had you? Your Ouija boards. Had never gave them up. Some of y'all, how many of y'all never played with tarot cards and Ouija boards? Neither did you know you have. You've been doing it the whole time. You just didn't know it. You've been doing it the whole time. You just didn't know it. Didn't even know it. Been playing with it the whole time. Listen.
And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
So when you've been told to do something you hadn't done, that made you stubborn. You're an idolater. You're an idol worshiper. You hadn't had your cross on, though, had you? Huh? You hadn't had your little Mary statues, huh? He said, you had them. Every time you've been stubborn that you hadn't conformed to what I told you to do. See, a lot of this stuff we had to go back and look at because we felt like we gravitated away from it and we thought we were smarter, and we moved on now. We learned the alphabet, we learned the Hebrew names. There's a lot of stuff. We learned the meaning, where stuff goes, and understanding the deepness of some of these, of the alphabet, but it hadn't just gotten in our hearts. This is not in our hearts. This is what it's got to be in. This got to be in our hearts. At the 8th chapter of the erring, so we're looking at accountability now. Y'all got the name. Accountability. Why the other one give me that? Come on with that Acts 17 and 26. Other one give me Abarim chapter 8. 8 and 1 will be fine. Hold that for me. Well, y'all sure is tired. Acts of the Apostle chapter 17, verse 26. Don't change, the work got to be done. Hey, I got to look at some point. You got to take some kind of accountability. I'll stop and slow it down for you and say, okay, let's make sure we get it. But at some point, I can't make y'all obey it. That's not my job. Like he told me, all I got to do is warn you and tell you the sword coming. All I supposed to tell y'all that a sword been sharpened. That's all I supposed to tell you. And tell you it's sharpened for the slaughter. It's going to be a slaughter. It's going to be a sore slaughter when he come back here. Huh? Okay. I do a job. That's all I got to tell y'all. He told son of man, he said, tell the people, a sword is sharpened. That man has sharpened his sword. The only reason he did it is against the day of slaughter. That man got a day that he getting ready to slaughter. I got brother Darren, you know about cutting up meat, right? Butcher cutting up meat. You do that with a dull knife. You sharpen that knife. Because you trying to make your work easier. That's a lot of work, ain't it? That's a lot of work. You start dissecting and cutting meat and trying to sever different parts from one another. You need a sharp knife. He look, when I come back here, man, I'm going to slaughter the wicked. I'm going to come here, folks. I'm trying to tell you, when I come back here, I'm going to lay the sword to you. But y'all ain't got to believe it. The Malachi told that man to take his sword and told him to take his sharp sickle. Told him, said, thrust it in the earth. Said, it's time for that man to reap. His man going to reap. I already done told him, man, take his sword. I said, go ahead, stick it in the earth. Time for you to reap. So all he been doing while he's sitting now, he's just sharpening the sword. That's all he been doing is sharpening the sword. Huh? And he told the son of man, you know what to do? It told him, take it. Strike it against your thigh. Let him know, this is just a test. This is just a test. Huh? Okay. Y'all do it y'all way. Listen.
And have made of one blood.
And made of one blood all nation of men.
For to dwell on all the face of the earth.
Talk to me, son.
And have determined the times before appointed and the bounds of their habitation.
So that done appointed the times of their habitation? Come on.
That they should seek Yahweh, if happily they might feel after him.
You hear that? If happily, by chance, you might wind up grasping it, taking hold of him. Huh? Gonna put us right here again at the summit. Take hold of. That's one of your definitions for the summit. Take hold of. You don't feel out, but happily you might take hold of him. Come on.
And find him.
And find him.
Though he be not far from every one of us.
Come on, son.
For in him we live.
Yeah.
And move.
Yeah.
And have our being.
And have our being.
As certain also of your own poets have said.
What, son?
For we are also his offspring.
Listen.
For as much then as we are the offspring of Yahuwah.
Yeah.
We ought not to think that Yahuwah is like unto gold or silver.
Y'all hear that? We shouldn't think of him like that. We shouldn't think of some little gold or some silver symbol to represent him. Come on.
Or stone.
Or stone. Now, are you stone or are you gold? If we his offspring, then why are we thinking him the same way? That wouldn't make sense. Listen.
Graven by art and man's device.
Listen.
And the times of this ignorance.
See that? At the time when this ignorant him was going on, tell him what he did, son.
Yahuwah winked at it.
He overlooked it. Some stuff I overlook, David. I just know people don't know. Some stuff I got to overlook because you don't know. What happened now, son?
But now
But presently,
commanded
all
men
everywhere
where
to do what?
Repent.
You hadn't done that, though. You hadn't done that. People still want the way it used to be. Can't be the way we used to be. So at the time, this ignorant, I overlooked a lot of things. But now, I command all men everywhere to repent. 8th chapter of the book of Abarim. Y'all go ahead, though. Y'all sleep and take your rest. Don't fight it. It's stronger than you. He told you about the same man overtaken. That's who he overcome, though. Y'all go ahead on. I mean, ain't nothing to lose at this point. Look at where you're working from now. You're working from hell. So you just stay where you're at. The work is easier. But if you're going to get out, you have to struggle. It's a fight. It's a fight you're going to get out now. I ain't going to tell none of y'all no lie. It ain't going to be easy either. The harder you fight, the more the devil going to intensify. I mean, you got to fight harder. The more stuff come at you, the more you got to keep persevering, you got to keep pressing. It's all up to you and what you want to do. Like I said, ain't nothing to lay down and just stay in hell where you at. No effort, no fight, no worries. Not for now. All you got to worry about is eternity. That's your biggest thing later on. Just worry about eternity. But now, I say live for the day. Now, I say like they said, seize the moment. I got a shirt with Adidas said, seize the moment. Take it while it's yours. You can go ahead now. You ain't got to worry about this. You can save your money in here. You can spend it on crack, on whores, on niggas. You can spend it buying pork and liquor and cigarettes and drugs. You just got to deal with eternity later. This ain't a hard decision to make. It's really not hard, y'all. All you got to do is just deal with eternity later. But now, so seize the moment. And now just sit back now and just enjoy the ambiance. You ain't got a care in the world today. Listen, stuff will click for you right now if you walk out now. Couple doors are open up. Some positions you've been waiting on. Y'all hear me? Some raises you've been trying to get. Some people you've been trying to get with. It'll work. The only thing you got to worry about, and that's a small technicality, is eternity. Small, minor, listen, it's almost minute. It's so small to worry about. Do you not know today will last longer for you than eternity later? The day is long. You got plenty of time. You have options. And if I was you, of course, I would have to be you in order for me to do that. Because me being me, this ain't even a thought in my mind of trying to take it over. But you going and enjoy the day. Listen, y'all, make no mistake. There's going to be a day of reckoning this man coming back here. This man come back here, he's coming to convince you. Sinners are not convinced. You know how he know they're not convinced? Because they still doing what they want to do. So I need to get something to persuade you. Yeah. Maybe when I come back here with some unquenchable fire. Maybe when I come back here with a sword that's sharpened and I start slaughtering people, maybe then I'll get your attention. Maybe then I'll get you. It's like if a gunman come in and say, everybody, put your hands up. Look around. Man, put them. Ball. Everybody hitting the ground, hand, foot up. Turds eating up. You try to mess on the ground, even they jump in the air. So I got your attention. So you see I'm serious now? That's what it's going to take. See, what we're doing now, he shouldn't have to do that for us. He shouldn't have to come back here and bring back a sword and bring back fire, not for me to believe. See, he provided some better things for us. All we got to do is believe what the scripture has said. See, when he come back here, we can be brought up from that place and we can watch him rain down fire on these people. But since you want them people to take a little more convincing, you need a little more convincing. Just keep doing what you're doing. You'll get to where I'm at later. You just won't be going where I'm going. The people he going to convince later ain't people that going to come back with him. Y'all got me? When that man comes, he got some people that going to call him. They're going to do exactly what he told them. At the book of Kazum 6 right quick, son. But they can sleep and play all they want to. They fine. Listen, once this man tell me he's done with you guys, we are moving on. That's it. That's it. You can keep doing what you want to do. He will get your attention eventually. All these people that's gone, that's out here playing, y'all still fool with them thinking these people doing something. Let me tell you what I don't know. I'm out here, I'm gone, Leon. I don't love him. Come on, Leon. Hey, what's going on, nigga? Yeah, you still over there, man, with Tony Smith and them, man, that old stuff? Man, we out here with them hoes, man. We having big time out here, nigga. Nigga, these hoes choosing. Huh? But you better come get your song, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, we doing that thing out here, boy. What you at? Let me get it. You in the center church. I mean, synagogue. Huh? Man, you ought to be out here with us. He ought to be out here, man. We getting them hoes, man. Getting that drink on, sipping that gin and juice. This the only problem, Leon. Here I'm in with these hoes. Getting this gin and juice. Hoes choosing. Why I got time to be talking to you? I'm too busy with these hoes and gin and juice be talking to this nigga here. He hears them here Shabbat. Shabbatun. Why in the world I got time to talk to him? You know what, when I had friends, this is how I used to operate with my friend and we was out there. Once a dude came up and said he didn't drink, he said he would say, you know what we'd do? We'd lose that joker number. We never called that joker. Because we were still drinking. Never. It's not one to tell you, not one to tell you, never. Why would I calling you? They ain't make no sense. I was doing what I wanted to do. You were out the party at that point. You were out the clique. Why am I calling you if I'm having so much fun? Because I'm not. I'm lying to myself, and I'm trying to see if I can get him out here too, so both of us stupid niggas wind up going to hell together. Y'all don't want to fall with that foolishness. Why you texting me? Give me 10. What's up, nigga? Man, I'm out here doing that thing. Got them hoes, nigga. Why am I bothering him? It's Saturday, sun shining, hoes naked, liquor free, weed everywhere. Why am I bothering this nigga? This don't even make sense. I'm chilling. Y'all so dumb. Y'all so dumb. These people know y'all weak-minded. They don't hit me. They don't hit me, nigga. What you doing, nigga? They already know there's going to be bad news. They're going to hit you because they know you weak-minded. They know you going to play into this stuff. Instead, you looking at stuff as an insult. You thinking folks just checking it. You ain't checking on me. Because I already know you weak. Now you don't hit you. I'm just using it. I already hit you because I already know. You're going to entertain this foolishness. You're going to start letting that stuff arouse your mind, and you're going to be thinking. Maybe you need not looking at who's sharing hoes. Who's sharing hoes? These, my hoes. I don't need you out here, nigga. Y'all don't be thinking when folk be hitting, y'all be checking on y'all. Folk not checking on you. I know you that weak type of person, you entertain this stuff. You got to start learning with some stuff insult your intelligence. You got to have enough saying. How many of y'all been out in the street? How many of y'all used to hit people in the church, back in the church, trying to get them out there with y'all? Why would I be trying to call somebody in the church to come out with me? What are they going to do, pray? I don't need nobody out here praying. I don't got hoes and juice. What I need a nigga in the church out here with me for? Nigga quote Bible verses? I don't need you out here. Some of them here, they're offended. They can say, they hit me again. They hit it. Oh, they going to hit you again, nigga. See, that's what y'all got to do. No, none of them hit me to ask me what I'm doing when I come out there with them. Because they already know this stuff going to get shot down. They already know this ain't finna make no sense. Because you know they look at, I already know what he's doing. I know what finna happen when I hit him. But they know with you, going to be a little entertainment. I'm still in here. Wish y'all would have sent him a smiley face. Wish y'all would there. Tell that nigga, Leon gonna send me, gonna send me out. Pray for me. I got him. Got him. Leon just told me to pray for him. Got him. Y'all gotta start looking at stuff insult your intelligence. You can't be doing what you're saying. And you know what I can't do now? One of them out there going to tell you I called them and text them. What you doing there? Not even my concern. I already know what you're doing out there. That's a burning hell. You heating up out there. You lying to yourself. How many of y'all got there and you had that stuff start troubling your mind? Oh, something. That wasn't troubling your mind out there? Wasn't nothing calling you, nothing saying you kind of fearing your life out there? So I'm going to run back out there with them niggas. That don't make no sense. Or I can't hear stuff start look like walls were closing in. Like time was getting shorter. Look like folk were dying around me going to jail. Ain't no way in the world the nigga gonna hit me, tell me what you, I already know you lying to yourself out there. Man, y'all joking. But I tell you the truth. I told my wife that. I said, we ain't gonna have that many folk today. I said, I pulled them whole cars and them punk cars. I said, these jokes got to go out there and sure. I know you wasn't going nowhere. I know you wasn't going out there. Get out there, but you gonna have a pocketbook you got there with them jokers. And you don't want to play with them jokers out there, man. Them jokers don't play. They don't even want to be straight no more. You got to do something to prove you bad. You got to do something drastic. You can't do that now, man. Anyway, I love it way. I love it way. Yeah, get pressed. At the time you mature, you start learning. Man, anyway, that man said my yoga's easy. He ain't lying. His burden. I ain't worried about no gang shoot. I ain't worried about no FBI pictures. I ain't worried about none of that junk. I ain't worried about no dope I left on some weed in my ashtray. I ain't worried about that junk, no beer cans in my truck. I ain't worried about that junk. Huh? I ain't worried about that stuff. Man, done clean up. That's not even a thought in my mind no more. My way on, I got my deal, anything gonna come, it's gonna be because of the gospel. It ain't gonna be because some nigga done caught me on top or some woman done caught me on top of her husband. Because he ain't gonna be on me. It ain't gonna be because some dude done caught me in their wife. Now, she might be on top of me, I might be on line. I take it anywhere I can get it. I sleep on the top, you sleep on the bottom, or you sleep on the top, I take it anywhere I can get it, Dorothy. You gotta be there to see it. But I ain't worried, or somebody trying to kill me because I've been having sex with their kids. That man, right, man, my yoke is easy. My burden light. Y'all just realize, man, you ain't gonna live no better than what y'all getting. You ain't gonna get no holler. He ain't gonna take that kind of time out to kill. You know how many of you felt like you were worthless when you was out there? How many of you felt like you were the last person and the one even worth saving? Couldn't even be saved. I'm here to tell you you're a liar. You worth saving. That's the only reason stop what we do. You worth it. You worth every time, every tear. You worth every leg sweat, every knee ache I get, just so you make sure you get saved. You worth making sure you get this information. You'll be a fool to count yourself out today. It ain't because he's looking at the most. He's looking at every individual in here. You got the opportunity to do yourself something you do yourself right. Don't let nobody make no fool. I've been made a fool of out there. I should have been on Yahuwah's side. I kept playing in the street, watching other people. I sat around in Christian church playing. Said I couldn't. It wasn't going to happen. It didn't matter. Everybody going to get it but me. Nobody took time out to sat me down and said, son, you worth more than what you thinking. That man got a plan for you, son. Them people counting me out there. But I'm standing. They ain't going to let y'all come sit in here and play when your soul on the line. You can play the wrong time and too long, and that thing, this man cut you off. I should have been cut off a long time ago, but he spared my mortal body. Whatever it takes for you to get in. However long it takes for you to grasp it and get it. But time ain't going to be being favorable for you. It's favorable for you today to make sure you get it right. Don't you let nobody make no fool out of you. This ain't no husband and wife decision. This ain't no family decision. This ain't no father-son decision, no daughter-mother decision. This is a decision to save yourself. That man put on my heart to change what I did. I ain't go see my mother and dad to see what they say about it. I ain't go check with no girlfriend to see what they said about it. I knew I had to get my life together. I knew that man had troubled my heart. I ain't let nobody sway me or persuade me differently. Folks tried to talk me and tell me, son, I used to feel the same. I used to be just, you ain't never been like me. You ain't never been through what I've been through. You ain't seen what I see. And you ain't heard the voice of Yahuwah tell you it's time to come out from among the world. Listen, these lying hypocrites, they were trying to rock me back to sleep. They tell me all you can do is try something, do the best. Ain't you do the best. You do what the man told you to do. They started looking and saying I was going to condemn their lifestyle. They started telling me, your heart in the right place. But I said, you ain't tell. I know you can live right. Folks see you finna separate, they're going to try to use you to try to get you back with them. They want you down in the gutter. If people want you dead in a burning hell, but you got a purpose in yourself, you got to be saved. You don't want to be something like saved. I got one time I said, I'll be satisfied if I got something like saved. I'm glad he didn't hear my prayer. I'd have sold out. He wanted something nothing like saved. All he wanted is saved, redeemed, kept, sanctified, and set aside. That's why we here. We done procrastinated too long. We done lied to ourselves too long. Trying to sit here and get this thing right. You can't worry about what nobody else to sit here. Save yourself. I had best friends before I came in here. We had to part ways. We had to part ways. That was it. Word talking. Let my best friend hear the word. I told we went school shopping. We go in the store. They have 2 red shirts. We wear chap shirt. We go in there and have 1. We looking at, we had the 4. We said, y'all got 2 of them. That's all we got, that 1. We look at each other. We said, we ain't going to get it. I wasn't finna buy no red chap shirt. Me and my best friend buying school clothes together. Ain't got but 1. He can't get 1. We walk down to get some Levi jeans. They ain't got but 1. Look over there, either fit him or fit me. We asked him, said, do you got 2 pair? 1 for him. They said, ain't got. We said, put them back. We walk in the shoe store to buy some shoes. I remember one year we wanted the Nike shoes with the red stripe. They had 1 red and 1 blue. We ain't buy them. That was my best friend. What I look like I'm going to get a red pair and leave him and he don't get 1. What am I going to do? He going to get a red chap shirt and I can't get 1. I'm going to get some Levi, he can't get 1. That don't look like we friends when they folks see us. We got on different stuff. But when it came to the word, he couldn't wear it. He didn't have his size. First time in my life, you know what I did? I bought my own shirt. I got my own pants. I got my own shoes. I tried to get him to let him know, this will fit you. You can get it. It wasn't for me. I went on ahead. I got it for myself. I've been standing. Y'all hear me? That's the mindset you got to get. I had a girl I was living with before I even come this way. Let her heard that word, so let her hear it, sat down here, put it down, let her play it. Say about, say, what you think? She said, I could do that. Let my seat back. She went to sleep. She said, what wrong? I said, I could do that. You ain't heard a word what the man said. I want to see what you thought about it. I know what she was saying. She'll do it for me. That ain't what I want. I ain't want nobody doing nothing for me. What did you hear? Did it prick your heart? That's what I wanted. I want nobody talking about that's the stuff y'all got now supposed to do it. Well, baby, if you want to do it, I don't want nobody to do it because I want to do it. What if I change my mind? What if something come make me kind of stagger a little bit? Baby, I've been ready to go. I don't need it. You've been pushing me out. I need somebody to say, if you're doing that, you're going by yourself now. Now you're going to be out there by yourself now. So I mean, sit back and say, I had to just get my footing together for a minute. Be like Daoud said, my feet had well now slipped. I don't need nobody to do this down here that said, push me over. Some of y'all got folk like that. Some of y'all got agreement with folk out there ride and die with you. Right or wrong. I need somebody to know to say if it's wrong, say you out there by yourself now. If it's right, I'm all day with you. If you wrong now, you out there by yourself. I need somebody to let me know, say you go now, you're by yourself. Y'all need somebody like that. Folks, they run me down now. Folk that listen, look at him. He lie. He said he love her. He said, then when you going out there, he don't check on you. You doing right. You out there in that word. That's on you at that point. Huh? The man who we call the prodigal son, when his father checked on him. One time, son came back, so I killed a fatted calf, you make it back now. I ain't going out there in that world looking for you now. You ain't going to pull me out there with you. Hold on, don't run their mouth. You ain't going to get nobody to love you and care more than I'm going to care for him, except for another man, Elohim. But I ain't going to run out there in that world to go run you down now. When you get out there, you just know you're out there by yourself. Y'all hear me? Any stipulation, any help, any love you're going to get, you're going to be on this side. That's what I love about him. I wouldn't serve him right if he tell me, Smil, no matter if you in here or you out there, I'm with you. I'm gone. Ain't even 2 thoughts. Ain't it? Why? This would be retarded. Whether you sin or say, I'm going to bless you. Oh, it's on. I'm going to bust my heart like Lynn by the first night I smoke weed. I'm going to bust make me a ting and chong joint and bust my heart. You don't tell nobody no stuff like that. It ain't going to make sense for me to stay on that side. It's the fear and the reverence I got of him. I give him the respect to stay in his will. I got to fear him not to go break away from this way. That's the problem now. Y'all ain't got no fear of him. Ain't got to prick your heart, man. Ain't got to prick your heart. That thing got to touch you. It can't be one of them little quick touch. I had them little quick touch in the Sunday church. We had a lady at the Baptist church named Mary Black. That one, she could sing. Man, look like, boy, she could make it. They said angels fly. Ooh, that woman had a voice. But you know what they want to do? Want to make you stop sinning. I still shacked up. I still fornicated. I still sold drugs. Y'all hear me? But that woman could sing. But she could sing, but he'll know, make a tear just jump. Before it fall, let it come and hold a note. That thing just. You're having them tear, that thing, it jump with the sound. Give you a rhythm tip. Then she let that note go, that thing just roll on down. Man, she would have sang, man, how she cut, all her eye book would be gone. Ski, eye book would be everywhere. But you know they ain't gonna make it do? They gonna make it stop sinning. I had folks walk out here with a flap hat on. It's the song. Something about that song. The song is blessing me. But I tell them, if that song don't make you obey that word, song straight from the pits of hell. Man, please. I tell you, folks got this song. When I'm going through in my times of trouble, it's the song. Man, that song don't make you obey that book. Man, take that song and cast it in hell. What I got, man, I got that word. That word I got, man, I ain't got to have no beat, no drum. I ain't got to have no CD. I ain't got to have no MP3 player. I ain't got to have no Samsung, no iPhone, iTunes, none of that junk do never me. That word in my heart. So how these folks, they messed up, mess around that battery down, what you going to do? You remember that AirPod start skipping. Or somebody done stole that Samsung Note 5. You in trouble. What I got? You can't take that away. That thing in my heart. That's what y'all got to do. That's what the man said. I hit this thing in my heart, I might not sin against thee. Ain't no song going to keep you from committing no sin. It pleased Elohim by the fools of preaching the gospel to save them that believe. This stuff I'm doing called foolishness. They would have used to save a man or woman. Man, that thing keeping me. Y'all hear me? You talking about some power. Get where you get to feel this man in your heart. Get where you feel getting outside that man good graces. Where you get tired of starting. How many times you going to keep starting over? You can't keep starting over. You got to go on to perfection. You can't keep laying again. No foundation, no repentance from no dead works. You know, laying on a hand, no baptism. How many times y'all going to be baptized? Goodness, it don't make no sense. At some point, something's got to get in your heart. The people who, listen, 19th chapter of Acts of the Apostles, 19:1. Boy, that word right.
Yeah.
That word right. But trying to keep talking y'all about how to treat one another. Trying to keep telling no man how to treat their wife and no woman how to treat her husband. That's retarded.
That's right.
They book right.
That's right.
Why wouldn't you want to do it? It's the word. Listen, 19:1.
And it came to pass,
They're wild.
Apollos was at Corinth,
Shaul.
having passed through the upper coast, came to Ephesus.
Finding who?
Certain disciples.
Finding who?
Certain disciples.
Finding who?
Certain disciples.
And he asked them,
Have ye received the Ruach HaKodesh?
since you what?
Believe.
Y'all still sitting around committing sin? What he asked them?
Have ye received the Ruach HaKodesh since ye believe?
He ain't asked them about they still committing no sin, huh? Mm-mm. He was looking at, y'all ought to have the Spirit. Y'all got to believe the word. Hadn't even been baptized in the right name. Didn't have no conversation with them about no committing no sin, though. We in bad shape. You get the right name and the right baptism, and you still, because I ain't asking you how you received it. I'm asking you why. We ain't even talking about how you received it. We talking about why you still committing sin. Y'all don't look at stuff like that, do they? Why he had these folks about why they commit sin? And tell them how they can't help but to start. You can't start committing sin till you get it. You got to start committing sin in order for you to get it. Y'all understand that? You have to stop committing sin in order to get it. That's how you get a clean vessel. Because he told you that no man put a new wine in an old bottle. So now you got to stop committing sin so the bottle get clean, so the spirit get in it.
That's right.
We ain't even clean the bottle up. Ain't no use to talk about getting no spirit. We got too many things going on in the bottle. We got the genie in the bottle. We got the scoom in the bottle. Huh? We got the lusting in the bottle. We got the adultery in the bottle. We got everything in the bottle. Can't put no spirit in it. Huh? Y'all don't want to talk about that, though. How many of y'all want the spirit? That's beautiful. Let's clean the bottle up. Clean the bottle up. How long I got to keep the bottle clean? Ask me how long I got to keep the bottle clean now. Say it loud as they can hear you.
How long do you have to clean the bottle?
Until he come and seal it. Once he put the spirit in there, you know what he going to do? They're going to keep it from coming out and keep any other thing from getting in.
Yep.
The book told you to grieve not the Ruach, whereby you are, what is it?
See.
Until when? I got to close it up so nothing don't get in there. See, what y'all didn't realize, when Yahusha went in the grave, just so happened with some guys. I remember when that deceiver was living, he was saying something about the third day he was going to get up. Let us take a stone and put it at the mouth of the sepulcher to make sure that he don't get out. They put a seal. That seal was used to make sure he didn't get out and nobody else didn't get in to get it. So when he gives you the ruach, he going to put a seal on it. They're going to be proof. Ain't nothing getting out, ain't nothing getting in. But you have to clean it up first. Even when they put him inside there, you know where they wind up putting him at? Got to be clean.
Clean. Nobody else.
Can't put the spirit of the Most High everywhere. Got to be somewhere clean. They missed that. Can't even put it nowhere in the whole, because I just told you I can't put no new wine in the old bottle. You didn't pay attention that they wind up laying him, they called it a new tomb. That's what you got to become. What we got to go back now, and we got to start examining the whole process of how we get it. Y'all got it? What does it take to get it? What's our first steps? Y'all got it? When we read 2 Corinthians 6:17, wherefore as the Ruach HaKodesh say, come from and be ye. So when you separate or sanctify, and we learn this by the book of Shemot. In the book of Shemot, the 18th chapter, 19th chapter, just so happened that Moshe told them they had to wash, sanctify themselves, and set themselves aside for what day? Third day. Third day. That was Yashrael. You do know he was Yashrael. Yeah. Just so happened when they got him, you do know they had prepared some stuff for him. They cleaned him up when they put him in that sepulcher. The women did. And they rested on the Shabbat according to the law. They were doing it against the third day. Because the third day, he was coming down. And the third day, he came out. Manifesting. So now we got to start looking at the whole process of trying to obtain the spirit. Don't even focus your mind so hard on the Hebrew language until you focus on first the important part of of obeying. What the book teaches us, seeing you have purified through love. Guess what y'all done had? You've been pretending.
Yeah.
Y'all, come on, y'all been pretending. Who told us similar to somebody them pretending? Any prophet we can think of? Any priest? Who? Yakaziah. What did Yakaziah tell them? Pretending. He was saying they were pretending. They come unto me as the people coming. So they come in and they try to bring themselves in through disguise. These nice suits and jackets and sport jackets and dresses and scarves. You come just like them. You hear the word,
You ain't gonna do it.
but you ain't going to do it. So we got to get rid of these disguises. These pretense that we've been putting on and framed as though we've been trying to obtain something the whole time. You know you couldn't obtain it with your present day actions. So we got to get rid of these behaviors because we know none of these things will allow us to acquire the Spirit. I know I had that 8th chapter of the book of Abarim. You give me 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. I know they ain't going to be able to take much longer. But as long as I can, I try to give it. It's just like he did when it came down to the parable. And when many such parables spake he unto the multitude, what was the key condition? As much as you able to hear it. Because if you're able to hear it, I'm able to stand. I hadn't run out. Last time I just cut off because I look and see, I don't want to sit around and cast that pearl before no swines. And I definitely don't want to get that which kodash to no dogs. Y'all don't count yourself worthy of it. What else you got to say? You know who without. Dogs. Listen.
Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Elohim?
Tell them what happened, son.
Be not deceived.
I need to know that. So if I think I can get it while I'm doing it, you do know I'm deceived. That's the same now that thou shalt not. So if I go ahead and not be deceived, I just transgress again. He just told me don't be deceived. Talk to me, son.
Neither fornicators.
Oh, my goodness. I had to give me some of that unmarried sex. Oh, I've been a part of it. Ain't no sex like that unmarried sex. That unmarried sex be swinging. Because you know why? It's just like the book of Marsha Lee said. Stolen water is sweet and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. That's what Marsha Lee said. Said, but he knoweth not that the dead are there. You don't know that's what sinners do. Everybody that go with that mentality, those are the people that wind up being cast down the lake of fire. But it is, though. Ain't nothing. Listen, I told you about those friends I had. I don't care what we were buying. They said, you always steal. Ain't nothing like stealing, especially when you get away. Look what I got. And the thing is this, you hadn't escaped. You hadn't got away. So you're supposed to know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Elohim. Be not
deceived.
Neither
Fornicators.
Who else, son?
Nor idolaters.
Oh, you idol worshiper. You idol worshiper. Or stubborn. I got stubborn members. Tell you to do something, you argue, fuss back, whatever. You ain't nothing but an idolater. He said you ain't getting in, idolater. Come on, son.
Nor adulterers.
Nor other men wife, other women husband, adulterers. Come on.
Nor effeminate.
Weak, cowardly man, or homosexual. Come on.
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
Oh, you don't go there and let them put the banana in the tailpipe. Come on.
Nor thieves.
Thieves.
Nor covetous.
Covetous, desiring things of others.
Nor drunkards.
Or drunkard. And you could be drunk with the cares of this world too. Who else, son?
Nor revilers.
Nor revilers. They're verbal abusers. Come on.
Nor extortioners.
Or not take stuff by undue force. Come on.
Shall inherit the kingdom of Elohim.
And such.
Were some of you.
But now.
Ye are washed.
But now.
Ye are sanctified.
And what else, son?
Ye are justified.
By who?
In the name of Yahusha.
So now we start looking at what you got to do. You got to get rid of them behaviors. He's not telling you that people hadn't committed the behavior, but the people that are going to possess the spirit are people that got away from the behaviors. And this is where a lot of us fall short at. You never gotten rid of them, and yet you looking to possess. He let them know, and such were some of you. That gives hope to those of us that were. How many of us was adulterers, fornicators, idolaters, abusers of ourselves, drunks, thieves, revilers? See, but the difference become in, that's got to be your past. The problem we got in here, your past still your present day future. You had never stopped. And you keep looking to obtain something you can't get while you're still in the present day state, which means if you're trying to obtain or ascertain the spirit, you've got to get rid of these behavior, folks. You can't keep walking in these same things. He told us that the time sufficed us when we walked in lasciviousness, all these in excess of riot and drunkenness. At some point, you got to get to where you can't keep living like that. Listen. At the first, there has to be a call from the word because the word identifies, as it said, as a mirror. Then it has to become a point that you've got to look at yourself and you got the desire to want to see different once you actually identify to see these are behaviors that I hate. And because I hate these behaviors, there's a reward to people that manifest them. There's death, there's suffering, there's sorrow, there's destruction, there's anguish, there's burning, there's vexation, there's famine, there's calamity, there's everything upon people that with these desires, that manifest these things I hate. Now, if I say I love him, then he gives me another opportunity to manifest something that allows me to escape. I got to get obedience. I got to have your first will. I got to have your first love. I got to be your everything. You got to fear me. You got to reverence me. So now if I want to escape these behaviors that I've been manifesting, that I know clearly that all these end up to me landing nowhere but in a burning hell, then he's giving me an opportunity to break away from it by telling me what it is he desires. I desire the first fruits of everything you got. Huh? Teach me and show me, then give me opportunity, give me example. That's why we go back and look at the prophets. That's why we go back and look at the saints. Oh, that's why we go back and look through the law. So we can learn, because it's written in the prophet, we all got to be taught of it. You can't just take the goodness of him. You got to take the part of him coming along and let him know the destruction of him. Because anytime you go against, you've got to learn the penalty or the severity. Y'all got me? And that's what hurt her. People don't want to think on that factor. You know what? It's not hard to believe or understand why Shaul let go of certain people and didn't prosecute on them, because he himself had to look at himself. That's where y'all problem come in judgment. We told y'all in the book of Yeshayahu how you stumble in judgment. You stumble because you consider yourself. Not because you have mercy for other people. It's because you know, truth be told, I ain't never broke away from what I've been doing. I know I'm worried to go to hell, so I'm going to try to give somebody else another opportunity, chance, and won't execute and do what he told me to do simply because I look at myself. At some point, we got to change. He's looking for somebody that can come and execute righteous judgment. We're supposed to be that people. The truth be told, we can't really talk up against the Christians. Not when we ourselves we manifest the same behavior. The only difference you guys are actually taking on is some of you sisters don't wear the same pants. You put shorts on under your dresses. The only difference is now you cover your head where you used to at least keep your head combed when you was a Christian. Now you just a knotted head covered up because you ain't obeying nothing. I've been told y'all you had your glory. Then they'll tell me how, I've been told. When have I ever told y'all these scholars are reading how to keep your hair up? When? Never. I told you your hair is your glory. That make no sense. I told y'all brother about how sloppy and nasty you look. You told a young man, glory is his strength. But you ain't going to obey it no way. Because ain't the only thing you're going to disobey. You disobey some other thing. Then he just let me see some things you do out. Let me know. Son of man, that ain't all they do. That's not all they do. A lot of stuff y'all don't surprise me with. It's disappointing. It's disappointing, especially when you heard the word. Especially when you put as much time as you have put in him and to sit here and know you actually sat here and you didn't play the whole time you've been here. You have never stopped. That's dangerous. What was the purpose of coming if you were going to still play? At the end of the day, we got to get this right. That's all. Let's just get it right. I can't sit here and tell you guys you're okay, because I wouldn't be fair to you. I couldn't sit here and tell you that your behavior had been excusable when it hadn't been excusable. I can tell you that he forgives because he's faithful to what he said. That's the good part. Can you say thank you? Oh, thank you. He forgives. But just make sure you know as well, he not mocked. He not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, you got to reap that. You set it here and you sown to the wind. You got to reap a whirlwind. But you got to set yourself now to say, I just got to take it now. Because whatever he bring back on me, it's simply because of my behavior. Y'all got it? And Johnny probably told him when Eli was told, when he was told what was going to happen to him in his house, he said, it is Yahuwah. He ain't try to fight it. He didn't try to go against it. He realized the man already told me what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to execute judgment. I was supposed to put a difference between the clean and unclean. And I should have stopped my sons when they sat here and they made merchandise of the people. So when he learned what the Most High was going to come to do to him, all he could say was, it is Yahuwah. What you going to do? That's the same mind I want to get y'all into respect to do. You got opportunity now. You can get yourself right and you can get yourself on the right path. You can be saved. It's all about what you want to do. But I tell y'all this, you can't go back to commit no transgression. You can't go back to commit no transgression and think it's going to be inexcusable. Atonement ain't for you to continue to do the same thing every year to walk up to atone for your sin. That man already atoned for your sin one time. Now your eyes come open. You become illuminated. Realize you had to get up here and you had to confess your sin before the whole people out here. Everybody was watching you when you were doing it. Did y'all know live stream was on? Someone said live stream was on. You've been live son out here in front of the world. Why don't you doing that in secret? You know, you've been live out there in front of the world. Why all of a sudden now you won't be secret? There people out here living and know what you've done. There people out here that have been with you and been privileged with you in this foolishness. Now they want you to come up and show your shame. And then one for you to go back, he wants you to feel shame enough. That ain't coming out that laughing like we done. Y'all come up laughing, playing, laughing, no playing. Now you say, look at this to your shame. It's been our shame, all the stuff we've done. So we can turn around now and do just like he told us going to do. You had to come back and confess. We had to come right back and had to confess, didn't we? We did it privately, didn't he? But he told you ain't nothing done in secret, ain't going to come to the light. Didn't he tell us that? Had to bring it right back up to the light. Some of y'all did. Y'all had light, little funny stuff. Ain't did nothing. I know, nigga. You just a lie from hell. Ain't nobody ain't done nothing. Yeah, I'm like Andre. Y'all pray my strength. I can't use that. What is that for a confession? I'm like Andre. They ain't got nothing to do nothing. What did I do? All I can confess what I did. I got to get it right for me. Y'all got it. So whatever you kept, you can keep it. You can carry it to hell as far as I'm concerned. You get an opportunity to say, hey, that man done gave us Yom Kaffa, and you hadn't used it. That's your stupidity. When you Yukonon seen him in 129, he said, behold, the Lamb of Yahuwah. He take away the sin of the world. This is he of whom I said after me, cometh another that preferred before me. That man ain't going to keep you sitting here atoning for your sin. You keep being a liar and a transgressor. You got to get it right, folks. This can't keep being a game. Get it right. Quit lying to yourself. Finish that 8th chapter of the book of Operation so I can let them go. There's somebody out there watching and listening. They don't get a mind to get this thing right, though. Somebody can hear me loud and clear in here and out there. Some of y'all ain't no big deal. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's your soul. Like I said, right now where you working from is at hell. You can just relax, take it easy right there in hell, or you can get up and do like the rest of us and fight to get yourself out. I'm a fighter.
That's right.
I'm a fighter. Y'all hear me? Fighter don't lay down. I got to fight. Just like they say about a loner. What a loner got to do?
Got to be alone.
Got to be alone. Can't be no loner with nobody. A loner got to be alone. Ain't that right? A fighter got to fight. Ain't no way in the world you're going to be a fighter. You can't lay down in no hell and give up. I got to strive. I got to get out of there. Y'all hear me? Working from hell. At this point, let's get out. This is 81. Abarim. Listen.
Now, of the things which we have spoken, this is the sum.
This is the whole, what is it what it actually add up to? Come on, son.
We have such an high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the Shamayim.
Y'all hear this? On the right hand, so we'll say the alignment, because you got the hand too. the layman has the hand. Y'all remember that? Remember your picture form? Sit on the right hand. Or we'll look at the cuff. Picture form. Picture form for cuff. Come on.
A minister of the sanctuary
A minister of the sanctuary.
and of the true tabernacle which Yahweh pitched,
Yes.
and not man.
Okay. Or the true house. We'll look at the Beth, which he picked. Or the true temple, which he picked. Come on. Pitch, which would be erected. Pitch would be erected. That's what you'll find a terminology in Bereshit when it came down to Noah. He told him to pitch it within and without. Some of these jokers start going out to my Noah was throwing the base, but no, pitch. He was telling him to erect it and fix it firm. That's what he was telling him to do, within and without. Same thing you got to do. You can't just do the outside. You got to fix it on the inside as well. Listen.
For every high priest is ordained to offer gifts and sacrifices. Wherefore it is of necessity that this man have somewhat also to offer.
Listen.
For if he were on Aritz,
What happened, son?
he should not be a priest,
He would not be a priest.
seeing that there are priests that offer gifts according to the law,
Come on, son.
who serve unto the example and shadow of things concerning the Shamayim.
Y'all hear that? So when you look at the Levitical priests, he told us they served unto the shadow. So they were just a reflection of, stemming off from. So they let you know they served unto the example. They were just an example. We look at him, he is the actual product. Come on.
As Moshe was admonished of Elohim when he was about to make the tabernacle.
He was instructed of Elohim. What did he tell him to do, son?
For see, saith he, that thou make all things according to the pattern shewed to thee in the mount.
You hear that? Do it just like I told you. When it come down to you obtain the Spirit, why y'all think you don't have it? Huh? On the day of what they call Pentecost, at the Feast of Weeks, he told them to do what? What did he tell them to do? On Feast of Weeks, what did Cuff tell them to do? Do what? Repent. And what for him wound up doing? They got baptized and repent. Didn't even repent. He said, make sure you do all things after the pattern I showed you in the mount. Go get baptized, repent later. Told you repent. See, otherwise you're putting a seed in the ground that can't come back up. See, the importance we got to start looking at when y'all looking at taking on this baptism is equivalent to when you take a seed and you plant in the ground. And you're looking for that ground to yield, you're looking for that seed to yield you something. If it hadn't been properly set aside to go into the ground, it ain't going to yield you nothing. That's why a lot of them got up and there's no spirit. That's why there's no change, there's no transformation. You ain't even repentant. You just lied to yourself. You just got wet because you got the name. You hope the name will do all the work. The name ain't going to do all the work. The name is of none avail and no effect to you if you ain't got the obedient part to it. The obedient part was you were supposed to repent. Every one of you. Every one of you. You were supposed to repent and be baptized. But this is the problem with repenting. What's to repent of if I don't feel like I've done nothing? What's to repent of? I don't feel like I've done nothing. He know that's the problem. See, when Cuff talked to them, he said, now when they heard this,
They were pricked in their heart.
that's why they want to repent. They were hurt. That thing hurt them.
Yeah.
What we going to do? He said, well, why don't you repent and be baptized, every one of you, in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, for the remission. That was for the removing of your sins. So I can't put nothing in there when your sins still remaining. Simple kind of saying, huh? Some of y'all kind of thinking now. You just went on here and just got in there and got the water, felt like the name would do it. Don't worry about what else I've been doing. If I jump in this water, I go and get baptized, they're going to fix everything. No, it's not. This is why Yeshayahu said, they have not all obeyed. You were supposed to repent. Then you were supposed to be baptized. every one of you in the name. That's the only way your sins are going to be removed. You got wet, you were feeling good, got the name, I'm still a dirty, sinning nigga, and I still ain't got the Spirit. And I still been transgressing ever since I got the water. So it hadn't yielded you nothing, has it? Because when you look at it, just like he told when it came down to Moshe, make sure you do all things after the pattern I showed you in the mount. Which means how he did things on the mountain shoulder. Pay attention, boy. Make sure you do it just like what you saw. Now, if he went down and did something different, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. It's something big, like you get people out there, I know that's that old law. It's something else Jesus did for, I know. Jesus cut your hedges. He don't just do the grass. He cut the hedges. He get the leaves out of the gutters. But you start talking about Yahushua, he do all things after the pattern he showed us in the mount. Just being honest, y'all got up, it's the same old thing, nothing changed. Huh? What was the name of that show, Uncle Ted? The Young and the Restless? One of them. That's the most important thing. Everybody start looking at, you got to really start looking at your life and the things you're doing, and you got to get rid of it. You got to get to a point you start to test these behaviors. But see, if those behaviors don't put something in my heart to make me feel those behaviors are against what he desires, then it's not going to be no change, because I don't feel like he got a problem with it. I don't think he got a problem with smoking. That's why I smoke. I don't think he got no problem with lying. That's why I lie. I don't believe he got no problem with cussing. That's why I cuss. I just don't think he got a problem with adultery. That's why I commit it. See, when it pricked me in my heart and my real desire is to be different than what I've been, then I want to know what I need to do. And he'll tell me what I need to do. That's why he told them when they came down to Canaan, them to send men to Jaffa for one Simon, we'll just say Shimon, however now cough, who lodges by the seashore, with one Simon the tanner, who should tell thee what thou. But if it ain't pricked you in your heart and made no changes, then you're not. Because you don't feel like it's a problem. So now what we got to do is keep going back over this process till we get people to start to identify where's the problem. You got to be just like Jonah did. Fault's in you. Fault's not in it. The fault's in you. Because every time somebody went contrary to what he said, he cut those people off. Why? Do you think it's fair to Shaul that he went down there and didn't execute judgment exactly like he was told? Then he'd be taken down like that and spirit leave him, and later on to be killed. Y'all think that fair? And you get to, you always doing opposite what you told to do. You always getting away with something. He went up there, I guarantee if he'd had a second time, how many of y'all think he'd have did the same thing again a second time? How many of y'all think it's a good chance he'd have got it right, he had another chance? Especially he look at what it's going to yield him. How you get so many chances? How you get so many chances? See, that's why I ask, how should we escape if we neglect so? That's why it's great, because Lord, I know I messed up more than one time. Please don't think, innumerable. Probably like the host, it's innumerable. I couldn't give you a direct number how many times. You telling me I read about people one time, man, pick up sticks, killing. How many times we done pick, how many of y'all done did stuff work on the Shabbat? Man, pick up stick one time. How many of y'all think if that man had an opportunity, after he saw how angry he was and destruction coming, if he had a second chance, he'd have still picked up sticks? Only a fool would have done that. Only a real fool would have been that stupid. Look at him like I almost died picking up sticks, and I'm going to pick him up again? How you get away? Now, 2 Corinthians, the 6th chapter. If you get that for me, please, son. This a little different, huh? What y'all want? How y'all want me to teach it? You tell me. What's the best way to teach this where everybody get an understanding and we get a fear and we get a caring to save ourselves? Because this is about a relationship. This is about a relationship. Guess who the relationship is about? You and him. This is about your relationship with him. Your relationship. Nobody else's relationship. Look around. What about Brother Damon's relationship? It's about your relationship. Everybody here, this is about your relationship. Now, you're going to deal with some other people. When we get through, they're going to go on back to some things and going to do some things. And it's some people. But that's where they at. It ain't that serious. They don't need no milk because it ain't that serious. You don't need no milk when there ain't no cereal in it. So, but for you, if it's cereal, you're going to need some milk. Got milk? Because you can't afford to keep living the same way you're living. Because all you need to do is keep transgressing and get yourself in a set where this man saying, I cut you off. I cut you off. And for those that heard me when I asked you about Shaul, would he go and do the same thing again? And the young man that picked up sticks on the Shabbat, the answer is yes. He knew our heart. Daud, what was he called? A man of his own heart, after his own heart. You know, Daud wound up taking another man's wife. Did he kill Daud and cut him off? You know what else we learned about Daud? Do you know he never turned for side of nothing that the Most High ever commanded him? Saving that one matter. See, he got some people, if their heart get pricked, they won't do it again. He got some people that'll do what it takes for the moment. He got some people that'll cry. He got some people that wife tell him this and that time you gamble, drink, I'm gone. They'll cry. They'll beg him, don't leave. They ain't going to do it again. I'll do whatever. I'll give you my check. You can cash it. You can keep it. Please don't leave me. And you know what they wind up doing? They wind up drinking again because their heart ain't right. One thing he knew with Daud, heart right. He knew it was wrong to take that woman. But his heart was so with him, he looked at. You ain't never got to worry about me doing that again. See, where you've been counting yourself as invaluable, it's a little bit more to you than what you thought. You know you should have been cut off when you consider these people. He's been patient enough to give you an opportunity to sit here to get this thing right. That's what sometimes make me cry, make me wonder, make me fear, make me love, I'm afraid of him. Because I don't know what I'll do if he don't keep me. I don't know where I'll go if he don't guide me. And to look at so many people that have gone and look like they had more to an account than I did, yet they didn't make it back. When he sent Shmuel to go down into the house of Jesse to anoint one to be king, everybody he chose, he told him not to look on him. He said, because Yahuwah don't see like man see. See, y'all look on the outward appearance. I look on the heart. He knew a man like Daud would be a man that would care for his sheep. He knew Daud was a man where he would put himself in between the sheep and between the Creator. When he looked and he numbered the people, and when he came to ask him concerning coming down to give retribution back to Yashrael because Daud numbered the people. When he saw that the Most High had vexed them through a Malachim, he told him, what have these sheep done? Let your hand be against me and my father's house. He looked at a man that had put himself instead between me and my people. You'll be willing to sit here and take whatever I give these people and let it fall on you and your house rather than fall on their people. What would the average nigga choose? I mean, some of y'all niggas gotta die. You gotta die. You know y'all niggas ain't right. You know some of y'all niggas need to get killed. Ain't just cause of what I did, cause you just been a nigga. Not Daud. Let your hand be against me and my father's house. But these sheep, see, that's what he was looking for, a man. He said, that's what I'm looking at, a man after my own heart. See, I'll take a man from your house and I'll let that man rule over my people. Somebody had that same heart. When the Mashiach set up on the tube, here was a man, you know what he said? Forgive you. You didn't even know what you were doing. That's another reason why he was being called the son of Dawood. Because Dawood was one of the same men. He looked at, I'll put myself in between between the Creator and his people. Let your wrath fall on me. Let it fall on my Father's house and not on these sheep. See, we've been sitting here and we just made a mess. Let's listen to 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and 1. I know this is different. A lot of y'all watching out there, I know, find you another pastor. There's some funnier ones out there. There's some better ones out there. You need some more knowledge than what I'm giving. Because it's elementary stuff. But you know what I look at? I'm concerned about me and my sheep. Y'all heard me say me and my sheep. I'm concerned about me and my sheep. I don't want to lose one of y'all. Not to no burning hell, I don't. Y'all hear me? And when the time overtake you or me and we all leave him, I want us to rise up in that first resurrection. That's my desire. Y'all hear me? I ain't worried about the building paid off or not. I ain't worried if the exercise room get 2 more treadmills. Not about our soul being saved. Huh? I ain't worried about the basketball court getting new nets. I'm worried about we get up in that first resurrection. Y'all hear me? I'm looking at if we get to walk in the light of that city. Y'all hear me? I'm looking at we get to set and dwell in New Jerusalem. Well, we get to see that man for ourselves. That's my desire. So if we got to slow it down and do some assessment and rearranging, reconstruction, at the end of the day, if it worked, our salvation. This is 2 Corinthians 6 and 1. Listen to the book.
We then, as workers together with him,
Say that we working together with him. Tell me what happened, son.
beseech you also,
That you do what?
receive not the grace of Elohim
Y'all
in
don't
vain.
think this grace. You just came out of atonement. Now, he's done this many, as the Indians said, moons ago, which would be appropriate because we use the moon to declare our months, which eventually get us to years. That you receive not the grace. That one definition you'll find for grace is undeserved favor. Since you hadn't deserved it and you hadn't earned it. You hadn't earned it and you hadn't deserved it. Y'all got it? The grace of Elohim in
vain.
For he said,
I have heard thee.
and look at how he came. Some of y'all, how many of y'all moved here from somewhere else? How many of y'all that moved here at first, you didn't know how it was going to work out or how you were going to be able to do it? But he did it. I heard you. I heard you. Tell me when, son.
In a time accepted.
How many of y'all, when you immediately heard it, you wanted to move, but you couldn't move? There was some hold up. There were some things you had to get done. There was some monies or whatever you had to get into play. You had to find a play, all these things. He said, anytime accepted. There was a time when I said, man, it's time. What happened, son?
And in the day of salvation,
Tell him what happened, son.
have I succored thee.
He got to help you. This is something you got to consider, too. You can't just get saved by yourself. He got to help you. You need help. Everybody, we need help. He said, the day of salvation, I help you. I can help you. You just got to want to be saved. You just got to want to be saved. I can help you. I got to help you. Ain't nothing wrong. Everybody need a little help. Just I can help you. That's what I appreciate about it. Ain't no way. This is the thing about it. This ain't just something you can do by yourself. This ain't something where you just get out by yourself and start just talking to them and things start moving and stuff. No, you're going to need some help, baby. That's how you're going to get saved. You're going to need some help. Huh? I can help you. What happened, son?
Behold, now is the accepted time.
That's why he slowed it down. For us to stop what we were doing, to rearrange how we operate, this is all because of you. You got to be corrected, but at the same time, he wants you to know, I love you. But you can't go without no chastisement behind what you've been doing. Otherwise, you're subject and prone to go right back where you've been. Hey, we just did it. They said, business as usual. The average, how many of you know you've been already done sinned again? Tell the truth. Because it'd be business as usual. Woo, that atonement was good. Man, got through that. Guess what? He said, I know what it takes. But you know why he stopped and did all this? Only because he cared for you. He cared enough for you to say, I don't want you. He said, I don't have no pleasure in the wicked dying. Unlike some people, I'm kind of waiting on Eddie Long to go. I like to be the one to start the charcoal on his hair. He said, but I have no pleasure. That's only because of the lives of the people he destroyed. But he said, I have no pleasure in the wicked that they die. He said, I don't get nothing out of that. I will slow down what I'm doing. I will change the whole course of things to make sure that you get it. Because make no mistake, when he come back here, there will be no mercy. There will be judgment when he come back here. There will be only the execution of judgment. Y'all hear me? And as it is upon unto men, after this mercy, judgment. Now that man judge you according to this law. What's going to happen to you? You need some mercy. You need some mercy. That's even me. That man judge me. You can find some defect you use that law. That law catch a man up. Y'all got it? Oh, that law can find something on you. You don't need some mercy. Y'all got me? You don't want that man to come back here and you judgment. You in trouble. Come on, son.
Now is the day of salvation.
Come on.
Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed.
So now we got to really start looking at in the day of salvation. He's telling us we got to make preparation now for change. The way of Yah synagogue has to make preparation for change today. We can't do like our fathers and others and put it off talking about what we're going to do tomorrow, the next day, or next week. Today is the day of salvation. If it's been a good day for you to get it right, if it's been a good day for you to set yourself up, to line yourself with the Spirit, guess when it been? Only a fool will count on tomorrow. Only a fool. He even told you don't even boast on tomorrow. You don't even know what the day going to bring. It's all you could do to make sure you get this right today. Not just you, me, everybody. All you can do now is get the day right. Y'all got it? That's all we got to do is get through the day without lying, without cussing, without stealing, without cheating, without trying to misuse or mishandle, trying to defraud, whatever it might be. Today is the day of salvation. Every day he allow you to see another day, you got to work it out that day. Work out your soul side every day. That's the only reason you here. Opportunity you to go reassess, realign, readjust, whatever you got to do. Just like he told you about the man that was an unjust steward. He told him, give account of your stewardship. He started to consider, what I'm going to do? Well, I can't dig. I'm too proud to go beg. I'm going to go out on it quick, what you owe. Get it right now. If you got to give account of your stewardship today, where are you going? Where are you going? If you got to give an account of your stewardship today, where are you going to land up at? That's how important this is on every day we got to consider. This man coming back, he told you in a day and an hour that you think not. That you think not. You know how many people planning that he's coming back this Sunday? Huh? On a card, they say he coming back. He's supposed to appear on a card, on a blood moon. The book had told these people that no man know the day or the hour. The man told you that he coming like a thief in the night. How would John Hagin know when he coming back? Why would he tell this transgressor? Why would he tell these scientists? Why would he tell a Catholic priest, you know something? The Pope coming over here. That's a sign. That's a sign of these people coming, putting their hand together, doing some more wicked works.
That's right.
They doing just like they doing. They align themselves up. The bull prophets that come and show these folk come. These folk come to do exploit. All these people, the Pope got a whole nother agenda. Go to New York, the 5 families up there, the mafia. Go see the Senate and all these other people. They the same people told you church and religion supposed to be separate. Explain me how you go preach to the Congress, to the Senate. When they oversee the government, why would the Pope be preaching to the Senate? That's what kind of hypocrite people are. Because that let you know how powerful that man is. Then he going to go and pray at the Twin Towers with some Muslim, with some Hindu, with some Jewish people. Every one of them hypocrites. Now, you ask every one of them, say, let me ask you something. Is your religion right? They'll say, yeah. Are these other religions right? No. How y'all praying together? You telling me some Muslims gonna say that the Pope right? You tell me some Hindu gonna say that Christianity right. Why are you going to a Hindu temple? Why are you going to a mosque if the Pope right and he in the church? Why would Jewish people claiming to be the people of the Most High be sitting around praying with any of these people? I could never pray with them people. That'd be an insult. We're some transgressors. That man got on a Star Trek hat. The Muslims sleep with boys. The Hindu eat cows and have sex with little girls. Why would I be praying with these hypocrites? Christian preachers. They molesting, but they got the trait of every one of the religions. Little Jewish, little Muslim, little Catholic, little Hindu, all of it. Ain't nowhere in the world these people know people go. They just let you know how all these religions come together because they know they're making a fool out of you. You tell me these religions sit up here and they say and they don't believe they're the only one. Our Baptists, we were taught that Jesus was Baptist. Now, teaching me Jesus was Baptist, and that's why we were Baptist, and everybody wasn't Baptist. I don't care what you said, you weren't right. When I was apostolic, and we were taught they continue steadfast in the apostle doctrine, if you were not in the apostle doctrine, you were not right. There is no way you tell me all these religions come together, fundament all this money, and they believe the other one right. But you do know all these people that hear their religion, and they all know their religions are lies. That's why they can come and they can clap hands together. That's why they can make deals together. That's why they can make fools out of the people. And all these ignorant people go right back to their dumb religion thinking they right. But all y'all leaders just came together and prayed together. Bunch of sinners and transgressors. They know we the only one got Elohim. They got the God of this world. We'll never sit here and pray with these hypocrites. Gonna gather with these sinners, mess around, all us wind up going to hell. Even when Jonah was on the ship, they wouldn't even get when they tell everybody to get together and pray. They told every man to call on your God. What Jonah would look like praying with them people. He saw them niggas, man, throw me overboard. Can't pray with these transgressors. Well, he gonna pray with them sinners. No, them jokers ain't gonna get a prayer through. Who gonna lead the prayer? The Dalai Lama? No, that he would come and get our limit. Say it comes still a little bit from him. The Dalai Lama. The dummy lumphead. That's what they need to call that joker. All of them joker, nothing. A bag of disgust. I would never pray with them hypocrites. I don't even pray for the positive body. Y'all slap that Star Trek hat all the way across the aisle. Say, you transgressor, what you doing praying with that junk on your head? Bow your head, Pope. Bow! What you doing, stupid self? Man, security be scrambling trying to get that Star Trek hat. Get the Star Trek hat. Star Trek hat going across the aisle. Make sure we get it right. Y'all got it?